The candidates will now have an opportunity to ask questions of each other. First, Peggy Johnson.
Okay, with ranking the highest, with water ranking the highest priority in a recent survey of Hays County residents, can you please describe your plan for water conservation leadership and your views on right of capture?
Thank you for asking that. I remember a time when you went to a meeting in North Hays County of some of my supporters and for our county commissioner, and you said that if they would vote for you, you had a secret plan to bring water to North Hays County. I think tonight you should tell these good voters what your secret plan is, because I've met nearly every water person in Hays County. I know them personally. Matter of fact, the largest fundraiser for our opponent, Jeff Barton, is the one who owns the most water rights in Hays County. In Texas, water is for drinking and whiskey is for fighting, or is it the other way? Yes, we have a problem. But what we have to do is realize that I'm no Messiah. I don't have any answers to a lot of the problems. But I've been around this county, and there's a lot of smart people in this county. We can get together and put our heads together and look at all the options. I have rainwater catchment at my house. We punish people for rainwater catchment. We go down and we get $100 off our taxes, but next year they raise our valuation, so it actually costs us more. You can't get a loan on a house with an FHA loan that is solely dependent on rainwater. Didn't know that. That's the kind of stuff that goes hand in glove with our problems in Hays County. We need to look at all the options. Rainwater catchment. None of our county buildings have it. Well, one commissioner, but they don't use it for anything but pouring on the lawn. That's the kind of solutions we need to have. We get together, we get around the table, we have a polite discussion, and we can find solutions.
Mr. Cobb, you have the opportunity to ask a question.
I met this last week with the Austin Home Builders Hays County chapter, and they sent out a list of questions for us to ask and answer. My opponent did not show up. She had some reason she was not there, and that's understandable. But she didn't answer the questions and submit her answers either. Now, the questions are all about transportation, all the issues that are going on in Hays County. So, since you weren't there to answer them, let me give you the question and see what your answer is. As a Hays County resident, I am concerned about the safety and congestion with rural roadways in Hays County. Given the lack of TxDOT funding and the current county bond improvement project, what is the future of county TxDOT roadway programs for Hays County, and what other sources of funding do you see the county looking at for roadways?
Thank you for that question, Dr. Cobb. I would like to tell you why I couldn't make that Hays County Builders Association meeting. My husband has just returned from a year in Afghanistan. And he and I needed to go over to a military base and attend a function after he's just returned. And I did send them a notice and something to read it in my stead, and I was told later that they did. Unfortunately, they did not send me the questionnaire. So I guess since I had told them early on I wouldn't be able to make it, they didn't send me the questionnaire. However, let me get to your question. Now, the transportation issues in Hays County are very, very serious. CAMPO is working on plans right now to extend State Highway 45 from Mopac over through 1626 down to I-35. They have 5 different plans on how to fund this. Some have to do with toll roads, some have to do with investor-paid toll roads, some have to do with bonds, some have to do with taking gas tax. There are many different factors that affect these decisions. CAMPO is the one working on that transportation plan. The other roads, like Ranch Road 12, are under the control of TxDOT. This is not something that the county can just undertake on its own and try to repair. I will be the first advocate for doing something about Ranch Road 12 all the way from San Marcos up to Dripping Springs. However, as county judge, that's not going to be my choice. I will not have control over that. And our ranch roads that are controlled by TxDOT cannot be controlled by the county court. We have to work with them. And that's what I will do, is work with all of these different agencies to make the transportation better in Hays County. One of the problems is in the response unit, and these have to be fixed.
We'll now have an opportunity for questions from the floor. In the back. Right.
I got a question for both candidates. As y'all know, over the last several years, the county has continued to supplement the funding of the Hays Trinity Groundwater District. Not this present budget cycle, they got $100,000. Last year, they got $75,000. Of that $75,000, they wasted over 40% on lawyers and lobbyists to get more of our money and take more rights from us. Will y'all, one, continue to fund the district, and two, will you put some stipulations on that money?
The question was, will you continue to fund the Hays Trinity Groundwater District, and will you place any restrictions on the money?
Yes and yes. And the reason why, when I was in the water business, as much as I went toe-to-toe with the Edwards Aquifer Conservation District, they did provide a good service. We have irresponsible use right now with water all over this county, particularly in the northern part, and that absolutely has to be stopped. And if it takes the Hays Trinity Groundwater Conservation District to do it, it has to be stopped, because with someone spilling water out onto the ground and their neighbors going without water, that is inexcusable. Irresponsible use is not to be tolerated. And it will take the Hays Trinity Groundwater Conservation District to do that. And when we elect people like Mark Key and Jimmy Skipton to that board, it won't be a problem.
Okay, where do I begin? The county court this last week signed a declaration to merge Comal County's underground water district with ours and southwestern, Travis County. So we need strong people in that Trinity underground aquifer to protect us from Comal County and Travis County. Now, the problem is you cannot conserve to abundance. I met with a group of people this last week who told me that statistically we have about 10, maybe 15 years of water left if we don't do another thing in Hays County. So we're going to have to use that Trinity to protect what we have now and keep it from being wasted, to buy us time to make solutions for the future. Yes, we need the Trinity. We need them to protect what we have, to stop the abuse, spilling water on the ground. Somebody lost 8 million gallons last year or year before last. Yeah, where'd that go? You'd think in a drought you'd at least have a green spot somewhere. But yes, we need the Trinity to protect what we have, and it needs to be funded. But you know, they also get a permit fee for every well that's drilled.